You're practically at the bottom of the popularity rankings within the group. Have you ever considered that the problem might lie with you? Let me start by asking you a question. Is it really that hard to not be a terrible person? So here's the backstory. Modhouse officially ended tripleS's contract with the external messaging app From. So instead of using a third-party platform, everything has been migrated to their own app Cosmo. And the new feature is called Cosmo Talk, where you can talk to members of tripleS in their own private messaging app. So to celebrate the launch, Modhouse has actually rolled out all these new features as a free service. Anyone is free to use it as long as you have the Cosmo app, which is in theory a very cool idea, but it also comes with its own risks. When you open a messaging service up to anyone can come in and message the artists, whether they have good intentions or not. So a few days ago, somebody went into HyeRin's Cosmo Talk, and this is what they said. So the message was originally in Korean, but in the app, there's a translate feature, so it translated it, and this is what it said. You're practically at the bottom of the popularity rankings within the group. You were the first to be introduced, yet you're still this unpopular. Have you ever considered that the problem might lie with you? Even members who were introduced after you have become much more popular, but you don't seem to be putting in much effort. Are we actually serious right now? There's a lot to unpack here. This is not okay. Like, that's just the first thing I'll say. It's not okay to send messages like this. This isn't just a simple constructive critique. It's just straight up toxic. And there's just no need for anything like this in K-pop or anywhere really. Any field, no matter what field, like this is totally unacceptable. First, I want to address the concept even of popularity rankings within groups. I've never really been a fan of it personally. Why measure a group's members against each other? To me, it's pretty simple. You like the members you like for whatever reason that may be, and you have every right to talk about why you like these members and all the positive things about them. But one thing we're not going to do is drag other members and talk negatively about them or criticize them. Like, why? There's an infinite number of good things that you can say about your favorite idols. So why are you even wasting time talking negatively about another idol from the same group? Popularity polls, I'm not a fan of them. You like who you like, that's it. And to just talk about the logic of this person's message, they said, you're at the bottom of the popularity rankings. Like, first of all, I don't even know what popularity rankings they're talking about, but the logic really just doesn't make any sense, because if it's not HyeRin in that spot, and let's say she moves up, then it's just going to be somebody else in that spot anyways. So are you just going to go from attacking HyeRin to then attacking somebody else who's in a lower spot? And then now to address like the actual content of their message. Again, I think the popularity rankings don't reflect at all like the amount of effort that idols are putting in. Some members are popular just because they fit a certain beauty standard closer than other idols in their group, or because they had a viral moment, or because they had popularity before they even joined the group. So when measuring popularity, someone is always going to be at the top and someone is always going to be at the bottom. So will this person just go on to harass the new member who's filled the lower spot? I hate how this person questions whether HyeRin is putting enough effort or not. The person who wrote this, even myself, could never even comprehend the mental toll and the physical toll it takes to be a successful idol. So we have no right or place to even talk about that. Like, it takes so much discipline and so much effort to be a successful idol. If you can't see that, like, are we watching the same group? Like, how can you not see that every single member, every single day is putting in incredible amounts of work? You can see it in their performances and just how much volume of content there is. Also, about HyeRin specifically, she's one of the best dancers in tripleS, and HyeRin has proven time and time again in her dance performances that she's one of the best dancers in all of the 5th gen. And like, as an outside observer, if you can't see that, I don't know what you're watching. I don't think we're watching the same thing, honestly. But yeah, when we get down to it, like, if this is how you choose to spend your time by just bad-mouthing idols, then you really need to find a better use for your time. Realistically, you could literally be doing anything else, but you chose to sit down and go into HyeRin's Cosmo room and write out this message. I just don't understand why. There's this thing in K-pop where if some fans spend a lot of money and buy tons of albums and win tons of fan calls and go to tons of fan signs, they think that they have a right to talk to idols a certain way or influence the group in a certain way. But no matter how much financial support you've given a group, that never gives you the right to talk badly about them. Like, I really don't care how much money you've spent on tripleS. Like, there's no universe where it is okay to talk to people like this. And let me add this fact as well. HyeRin is 19 years old. And she's a successful idol. So to even have the thought cross your mind that she's not putting in the right amount of effort is like completely backwards. And it makes no sense that someone would even possibly think that. And another thing about being 19, like how are you gonna take time out of your day to disrespect a 19-year-old girl who's working extremely hard? Like this just blows my mind. And HyeRin actually responded, and she responded extremely well and extremely maturely. So I'll read that for you right now. She said this: "The reason I answered this is that I hope you too will take a moment to reflect on yourself. I'm not hurt, but I'd like to say one thing about this. I'll do my best, so please do your best too." So that was an incredibly mature response, simple and straight to the point, and she obviously handled it very well, but makes her seem really indifferent to it and kind of puts her, like, it sets her up to be the bigger person, which is the correct way to go about that. But just because she seems unaffected doesn't mean it didn't actually have a negative effect on her. Just being targeted like that honestly would take a mental toll on anyone, regardless of how strong they appear. So just a message to people: before you type out what you want to say online, before you comment about idols, make sure you actually take a second to think about what you're saying and how it might affect them, especially in private messaging boards that the idols will very likely read. Obviously, idols don't read every single message. Just for the sake of being a good person, assume they will. Honestly, if you don't like a particular idol, just don't say anything. It's very simple. You don't have to waste your words. You don't have to waste your time saying something negative about somebody. Use it for something productive and positive. Say good things about the idols that you like. And if you don't like any idols, then you are in the wrong fandom. So I mentioned earlier that Cosmo Talk is currently open to anyone who has the Cosmo app, and it's totally free to download. I said that it could be a great thing, but also carries risks. I've talked a lot about the risks that it carries with this person's message. So let's talk about the positive things that could come from this. The platform was meant for us fans to connect with our favorite idols, and we should be taking every opportunity to build them up, not criticize them. So if you can, and it's not too much trouble, I think you should go into Cosmo, go straight to HyeRin's Cosmo room and comment as many nice things as you can. Just a simple, keep up the good work, you're doing a great job. I think little messages like this would go a long way. Forget about what this person said. She is doing amazing work. She is putting in a lot of hard work, and she's doing her best to make her fans happy and proud. And we are. So I want her to know that. Go to HyeRin's chat and give her some genuine encouragement. I think she needs it right now. So the final message I want to leave you here with today is: if you notice anyone talking badly about idols or commenting negatively, as politely as you can, call them out on it, because there's no place for that in this fandom. So yeah, we should do our best to make this a positive and encouraging space, and we should recognize all the hard work that these idols are putting in every single day to entertain us, really, and to put on amazing shows and give us incredible music. So thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.